it's Rachel Cruz, co-host on The Ramsey Show. If you want to do your debt-free scream live on the show, visit RamseySolutions.com/debt-free scream. We'd love for you to come to Nashville and tell Dave your story. That's RamseySolutions.com/debt-free scream.
All right, Ramsey Show ending. After show beginning. And I will put my links in the chat and get going here. Let's see. Where did I put those? In the documents folder, of course. What up, Sid? Okay, just putting the links in the chat, and then we will get on with the show. Sid doing a lot of talking about scones, not offering to put one in my mouth, though. Alrighty. Okay, well, I was just talking about them, so I may as well do this now. Let's see, I think I can hit that, and they'll show up. There are some strawberries that Sid picked today. Right there. And those are the yummy, yummy scones. Not diabetic friendly, she says. So, but there they are right there. So yummy. Those do look really good. They look almost fake. They're so good looking. And I'll just leave that right there. Can come back to them if we need to. All right, let's see. What I'm wondering about most right now is, anybody know what day it is? This is the part where it goes, yeah, 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 yeah. A 7 a.m. waking up in the morning, gotta be fresh, gotta go downstairs, gotta have my bowl, gotta have cereal, seeing everything, the time is going, ticking on and on, everybody's rushing, gotta get down to the bus stop, gotta catch my bus, I see my friends, sitting in the front seat, sitting in the back seat, gotta make my mind up for what's it can I take. It's Friday, Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend, weekend. Friday, Friday, getting down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Partying, partying, yeah. Budgeting, budgeting, yeah. Fun, 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 fun. Looking forward to the weekend. Because it could also be partying, partying, yeah. Cash stuffing, yeah. All right. Let's keep up the singing here. Listen out for those drum taps so you know when to come in. Like all plans, it starts with step one. I missed it. I don't have my volume on my TV up loud enough. Good morning, Julie. 2, 3, 4. All plans, it starts with step 1. $1,000 emergency fund. Step 2, you'll pay off all your debt. Step mortgage, we don't do that yet. So pay off your consumer debt. Every one of the charges, from smallest to largest. Baby, step 3 is next. Full emergency fund of expenses. You stay gazelle intensive. His name is Dave Ramsey, and this is his plan. And I hope to meet him. I admire the man. I've messed up in my life, but these steps have made it right. That's why I go, that's why I coach, and why I host this YouTube show. If you don't like results you're getting now, you should do the baby steps. And if you want to have financial peace, then you should do Dave's baby steps. Step 4 is when you can take a breath and go, let's gazelle and invest. Step 5 is to save for your kids. No student loans at all for college. 6 is to pay off your home. Step 7, build your wealth and don't keep it all yourself. And you've lived like nobody else. And now you get to live large, and now you get to give large. His name is Dave Ramsey, and this is his plan. And I hope to meet him. I admire the man. I've messed up in my life, but these steps have made it right. That's why I coach, that's why I coach, and why I host the YouTube show. If you don't like results you're getting now, you should do the baby steps. And if you want to have financial peace, then you should do the baby steps. Trumpet, take it home. Live from Columbus, OH. It's the Ramsey Show Aftershow show. Here we talk about the Ramsey Show YouTube chat and the people in it, and all things financial and whatever else I want to talk about. I'm your host, Coach Steve Money, and I'm a certified Ramsey Solutions financial coach, and you can schedule a free consultation assessment with me at calendly.com/Coach Steve Money. The link is at the top of the chat and in the video description below. You can email me about anything, yes, anything, especially if you want to sing the Baby Steps song, like I believe Good Morning Julia Claire is going to be doing. You can pre-record it, or we can do it live. We have the technology to do both things. Anyway, that email address is Coach Steve Money. No, it's on that side, CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. I always forget what side it's on. And if you'd like to donate to the channel so I can make it better, that's paypal.me/Coach Steve Money. All right, let's catch up with the chat. Let's see. More salt. I don't think so. Yeah, Julia, if if the kids, it doesn't matter if they think they invented it. If they do it, that's great. But a bunch of them apparently they're doing that. They're budgeting and doing that, but they're still using credit cards as well, though. So, but maybe some of them, by doing that, maybe they'll eventually come over to the Ramsey stuff, perhaps, and perhaps get better at that. Thanks for the IO, Sid. Much appreciated. All right, so today's Ramsey Show co-hosts were Nobody on the first hour. On the second hour, it was Ken Coleman. And on the third hour, it was new co-host Christina Ellis. And I don't have songs for any of those people, but the main host for the day was Rachel Cruz. And we just so happens we have a song for her. Maybe. Oh. I forgot I dragged that over there. Gotta put that there. And there we go. Ready to sing, everybody? Me, 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 me. And I guess that's why we all watch Rachel Cruz, for good advice that she learned in her youth. Talks about friends, what he shows us how to be millionaires. Know yourself, know your money, love your life, not theirs. And I get that while we all watch Rachel Cruz. And I guess that's why we all watch Rachel Cruz. Mentioning Winston, mentioning Target. And I guess that's why we all watch Rachel Cruz. Mentioning Winston, ordering Teslas. And I guess that's why we all love Rachel Cruz. Alrighty. Market report. Yep, looks like they were in a race to get to negative 3% today. Not so fun. Let's move the chat right over there. All right. Well, the NASDAQ wasn't the most down. I don't know if that's gonna help me out at all because everything else down more. Russell small cap, same as the NASDAQ, but the S&P 500 2.77 negative, and negative 2.82 for the Dow Jones Total Market Index. And I don't know if that's gonna save me for winning managed mutual funds today. Fantasy mutual funds today, and which of course are my actual mutual funds. And so it's just a little game my friends and I play to see who does the best. Because they do have the fantasy mutual fund game. They have like apps and stuff where you can actually play with your friends and pretend to buy stocks and such. And you try to beat them that way, but we do that using our actual ones. All right, and let's see, we got some earnings coming next week, and hopefully these are the big ones, these are the big guys, and hopefully they can prop up the market and have it be roaring back. Alphabet, which owns Google, and Microsoft are the 26th. 27th is the artist formerly known as Facebook, Meta Platforms. And they're 27th. And the 28th is the Apple and the Amazon. And see, if you put the D in front of it, then it makes you sound 1,000 years old and it separates you from the stupid kids today. So yeah, when you say the Apple and the Amazon and the Advanced Micro Devices, which is AMD, they report on May 3rd. Let's see the most followed single stocks on Google. Tesla was up earlier in the day. I don't know if they finished that way. They did not. Down 0.37%. They were in the green a lot of the day. Alphabet down the most. Google owner Alphabet 4.15% down. Everything else in the twos. So hopefully Monday will be a nicer day for that. right, let's see the rest of the planet. Everything down in Europe. One index up in Asia. Currencies, and again, I would expect the US to be up, US dollar to be up on everything since the market was so bad today. It generally seems to work like that. We'll see. US dollar up against the euro and the Japanese yen and the British pound, love, and the Canadian dollar, sorry, and also the Australian dollar, mate. No shrimp on the barbie for you, but we can have some steaks over here in America. Let's see, our pals in crypto all down as well. Not crazy bad for the Cardano, which I know a guy that owns some of that, so hopefully you'll be happy about that. Let's see. Whoa, what deal? Alright, I guess we don't need that one after all then, because it's just reserved for their subscribers. Stocks tumble for the third week as jitters over the Fed persist. Friday was S&P 500's worst day since early March. Recent comments from Fed officials have fueled expectations that interest rates will climb far faster than anyone had thought. False. They had said for a while that the next interest rate hike would be likely 0.5% instead of 0.25% like it was in early March. But as you can see, the S&P doing a lot of do right there. So let's see if it has anything else. Is down 5.7% for April so far and more than 10% for the year. That means big sale, of course. Scanning quickly. Again, they had already, it's been like over a month since they announced that what they would do. I guess these are just some single stocks that fell, or actual numbers on them. 5.8% for Verizon, 21.8% for HCA Healthcare. And I don't know if I grabbed that story or not, but there was a story about with the pandy not being as big a thing anymore, that some of these health care, like drug lab stocks would be going down. Let's see this from NewYorkPost.com. Dow plunges over 900 points in worst one-day loss since October 2020. And that October 2020, that was the pandy crash, I believe. Yeah. Stock plunged. Dow suffered its worst one-day loss since October 2020. We read that already. Fourth consecutive week of declines. So basically, highest inflation in decades, and of course, the Fed raising interest rates. Anything else? By making it more expensive for businesses and households to borrow, the higher rates are meant to slow the economy, which should hopefully halt the worst inflation in generations. But they can also trigger a recession, all while putting downward pressure on most kinds of investments. So that's the way it happens. All right, let's see what else we got. We got a Chick-fil-A bringing back a menu favorite after 6 years. Taco Bell's Mexican pizza came back, but not the taco salad. Lines caused by McDonald's elusive Szechuan. Is that how that's pronounced? Szechuan sauce. What did they bring? Chick-fil-A, an X there. Spicy chicken biscuit, okay. All right, and of course, they had the chicken there, they had the spicy chicken there, they had the biscuits there, so that's not that crazy to bring back. So you would think they would have that already. I wonder if it's like different size. It shouldn't be though than the regular chicken biscuits. Shouldn't be any different size, so it should just be the seasoning on that. So Sid might know better than the rest of us about what's up with that spicy chicken. What makes that different, Sid? Got the agua today. 0 sugar, water. I wonder if anybody ever put sugar in water. That'd be interesting. Alrighty, so this is from Yahoo Finance, and this person, the technology editor, wrote a thing about why he's part of one of Netflix's biggest problems, and I canceled my account that I've had since, I think it was 2013, I think. Anyway, because I just don't watch it anymore. My son was watching it, but he can watch everything that he was watching. He can watch on another service. Let's see. Netflix hate me. I'm one of the estimated 100 million users who stream shows and movies thanks to a shared password. Specifically, I glom onto my parents' account, and I've done it for years, right? Okay, do the same with Hulu and HBO Max. Thank the parents. Parents own everything. Parents must like to watch stuff. Google's cable alternative. Oh, YouTube TV. Google's cable alternative. Excuse me, sleepy. I'm not bored with you people. Don't worry. I'll share my Spotify, Disney Plus, and anime streaming service Crunchyroll accounts with family and friends. Do you share the anime streaming with your parents, I wonder? I bet they would like some of those. Why aren't all of those services complaining about users sharing passwords? Because unlike most major streaming platforms, Netflix is losing subscribers by the hundreds of thousands. The other ones are still losing some. So last quarter, they lost 200,000 subscribers. One analysts, is that word, expected the streaming giant to add more than 2.5 million users. Where are they coming from? How would they even think that number? Where would these be? Why would they even think that at all? That's weird. I wonder how much they added the previous month. Company says it will use another 2 million in its current quarter, and that'll be part of that. Netflix is to get people like me, and let's face it, you, to pay up. How exactly that shakes out remains to be seen, but the company has floated the idea of adding an extra fee for users who share their passwords. In fact, it's already testing it out, right? We did a story on that on the Aftershow when they rolled this out. Chile, Costa Rica, and Peru currently pay an additional $2.99 per month to add 2 extra members to their accounts. And I mean, that doesn't work on me because I don't need to have any extra members. I don't need to watch anything at all on it myself, so that's why it's gone now. Only test at the moment, and users in those countries aren't required to pay the extra fee. But it could provide a solution to Netflix's subscriber woes, which have sent its stock price plummeting more than 34%. It's no guarantee that Netflix will use for 2 users model here in the US. It's also no guarantee that people are going to be willing to pony up that dough. They can look at their, whatever, it's like $10, I think might be the minimum, subscriber level. And like 15 or so was what I was paying as like the middle one. But I mean, people could easily decide, well, if me and my 2 freeloaders can't watch it, it's not worth this much, and they just cancel perhaps and do something else. Yeah, right. As you can see, there's a nice little graph of all the, which look kind of like Arkansas or something. They all look about the same. Oil had a little beat, but then still down. After that, let's see. She worked there 14 years ago. She said doesn't think it was popular enough. Okay. Okay, so she doesn't have any inside knowledge on that, but like I said, I would assume it's the same chicken. They just have to put, and they already have the spice because they have spicy chicken sandwiches, so they would just have to put that on a biscuit. But yeah, I mean, I guess the fewer items you have, perhaps the faster the line goes. I guess maybe something like that. Let's see. Sid says $2.99 is cheaper than $15.99 or whatever for your own account, and that's true. So if people are gonna keep it, then they could certainly get that right. If all the parties are agreed, the person that has the account in their name and the two freeloaders are like, okay, I'll give you $3 a month to continue that happening, and so that's possible it'll work, but I mean, you gotta, there might be consequences on that. This from the U.S. Sun, the-sun.com, because somebody took the regular thesun.com. Americans with these are from Sid, I believe, field reporter. Sydney, out in the bayou. Out of pocket Americans with a Visa and MasterCard to pay $700 extra a year from this month as payment providers hike fees. So, yeah, you don't think about that? I mean, I'm sure our friends that think they're getting one over on the credit card companies with their rewards. Such a funny word, rewards. That they think they're getting over on them. They must have zero fee cards, I'm guessing, but some of these cards are going to have, I've always had fees on them, some cards, and so they're apparently raising that up, $700 more a year, just for the privilege of being in debt. And so, yeah, I hope, and that, of course, is going to pay for some of the rewards that people are getting, of course. Let's see, the estimated $1.2 billion in fee increases were originally scheduled to take place in April 2021, but they were postponed due to the pandemic. Well, that was nice of them. Swipe fees, also known as interchange fees, are what merchants are charged each time a customer uses a debit or credit card. According to NRF, the fees drive up consumer prices, amounting to more than $700 a year for average American family. Now, American consumers are struggling under worst inflation in 4 decades, and these increases would only make the situation worse. I guess that's going to happen. Lawmakers also agreed with them. Some senators and representatives sent a letter to Visa and MasterCard asking that they withdraw their plan. Hey, please don't do that. Your profit's already high enough, dog. And any further fee increase is simply taking advantage of the vulnerable Americans. And the government's like, that's our job to take advantage of the vulnerable Americans. I kid, I'm a kidder. But as we all know, government do take a bite, don't she? Anything else? No, we're good on that. Thanks, Sid, for that one. Also from Sid the Kid. Here's who is considered middle class and how they fared during the first year of the pandemic. Let's see. What does it even mean to be middle class in America these days? Let's see. Who's middle and upper income? Minimum 20 household income needed to qualify for middle and upper income tiers by household size. If you have one, it's 30 for middle, 90K for upper. Interesting. Okay. For 2 people, it's and I believe there's kids involved, so probably only, like here in this situation, only 2 people working. So 2 people working here, you have to have 127K plus and 42 plus to be middle income. So if you add one child to that, you have to have more money. So if these people have a child, then they're no longer, like they barely made it to upper or middle. If they have a child, then they're not in that anymore, I guess. Kids don't cost that much. But anyway, they say you gotta have 155K to be upper income, and almost 52K to be in the middle income there. And with 2 children, 180,000 for upper and 60,000 for middle. And 5 people, that looks like, I guess, an elderly parent with a crutch there or something. So maybe you have an elderly parent there, and plus your 2 kids, and so that adds another 20,000 for the upper income, and adds another 7,000 and change for the middle income. 61% of American adults were part of a middle-class family in 1971. Last year, it was just 50%. A level that has stayed fairly consistent since the Great Recession. All right, 2019, the median income for middle-class families grew 15%, from 79, almost 80K to just a hair over 92K. Boom, boom, boom. Pandy income dropped about 2% in a single year, sending the median income down 90,000. And that's good on that. Thanks again, Sid the Kid. Continuing to provide content. This is from her as well. This is from Fortune.com, Fortune magazine. In the finance real estate section. You thought the U.S. housing market was overpriced? It's actually been named the most affordable major country for middle-class home buyers. Again, with the middle class. So let's see. After we click that off, maybe. Okay. Whoops. Let's see. Pittsburgh has been named the most affordable city for housing as a combination cost around the globe surged. Was there anything? Nope. Thought there might have been something before that. Hong Kong, long the world's most expensive city for housing, ranked bottom of the 92 housing markets assessed in the Demographia International Housing Study. New York ranked 73rd, while London came in at 79th. Expensive. Boop, boop, boop. You think of London, you don't necessarily think it's more expensive than New York. I mean city, because they're talking about cities, right? You wouldn't necessarily think it would be more expensive than New York. Maybe with the higher taxes. I mean, they have even higher taxes than New York City, because the Queen do take a bite, I bet. U.S. was the most affordable country in the study, which also examined markets in Australia, Canada, Hong Kong, Ireland, New Zealand, Singapore, and the UK. In most major economies, home prices boomed during the pandemic, with buyers pouring their lockdown savings into real estate. No. Sid says it's much more common to live with parents or other relatives in the UK, partially due to housing costs. All right, I believe you on that. Most affordable, Pittsburgh, Oklahoma City, Rochester, New York. Even though New York City is one of the highest. Rochester, I think, is the North New York City, North New York State. Edmonton, Canada, and St. Louis. St. Louis Arch, kids. 73 stories, and there's an elevator that goes all the way up to the top. Gee, Dad, can we go in it? No. Boom, boom, boom. Sydney and Vancouver rank among the least affordable. Sid, why are you among the least affordable? In a sign of growing tensions in many markets, Canada is banning most foreigners from buying homes for 2 years, and providing billions of dollars to spur construction activity in an attempt to cool off surging real estate market. They ain't playing. You don't live here, you can't buy no house here. Dog. I wonder if there's ways around that. I wonder if you can like pay someone to pretend to be like a media. Probably not. There's probably, I don't know. Maybe you think there's a way to get past that? Probably not. Least affordable: Hong Kong, Sydney, Vancouver, San Jose, and Melbourne. They pronounce it Melbourne. Yeah. I would do the eyes looking too, Sid. Alrighty. Time is it? Alright, so to clean up some stuff from our one thing from yesterday. Apparently dude is correct on this. Let's see. Where are my Sid, where are my, well, I can just, it would be one of the hot ones, probably. There we go. Why the obsession with Roths from this guy. Okay. So, what he's saying is that if he puts, he wants to know why, Dave is so, and other, most other, virtually every other advisor out there, so Dave and virtually every other advisor out there recommends it. So perhaps there's a reason, but anyway, he did math and he's saying, so if I put $6K in a Roth IRA today and he's not adding to it, so he's not doing that part, so that could affect it a little bit, but lets it grow, and he's doing 8% annually for the next 30 years. Then he'd have 55904 completely tax-free. But he's saying he puts the same amount in a 401k and the marginal tax rate is 20%. That means he could put in $7,500 today at the same cost to me as $6K in a Roth. Run the same numbers in 30 years, it's worth $6,988. But has to pay taxes, so he pays 20% taxes, and the amount left is $55904, the same as right there. But a couple things. He is, by putting in the $7,500 instead of the $6,000, he is basically prepaying all that tax. And also, if you're going to go, the problem is with that doing the Roth and doing Dave's plan fits into Dave's plan, because you have the definitely is $6,000 in a year. But anyway, doing that in the 401k, you are having to put in the extra money. And so that means you're investing more. Granted, it's still your investment. You still get to have it, but then by investing more, that would be investing more than the 15%, which is not Dave's advice. Or if you reversed it and you only put $6,000 in a 401k and then less in the Roth, then that's not 15%, which is also against Dave's advice. He wants you to put 15% into retirement. And so if you put that extra in there, then you're doing 20%, and that's 5% of your income that you have not available to do the rest of the baby steps, which is save for kid college and pay the house off early. But this math person here is probably also going to do the math with paying off the house early and not do that either, because the mortgage interest rate is less than the amount you would make in the market. And so he's probably not going to do that there either. So doing the Roth fits more into Dave's plan. But as far as the math there, I looked at it a couple ways. I think it's right. So he's also making assumptions about healthcare costs versus retirement nest eggs. Right. A bunch of different things. He's just saying, like, nothing happens. You get all your money at the end, and you can take it out whenever you want to. There's also the people did bring up the RMDs, the required mandatory distribution. That's also in the 401k, but not in the Roth as well. So, but yeah. So, I mean, this is another thing where it's more behavior than it is the math on this. So, let's see if anybody. I read through all of them. Let's see if anybody else added anything late last night or early today. Let's see. 10% of your example, not 8. That person. All right, just some further arguing. Using their Roth example ignores the growth. 6K a year, earning 10% compounding daily grows to roughly 1.15 million in 30 years. Yeah, he's doing. See, there, it's just not an apples to apples comparison because he's saying you're putting in the 6K each year. The original poster, the OP, was doing just the original amount in there. Boom, 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 boom. Even with RMDs at 1.15 million, you're looking at incomes lower than that of the MFJ. I don't know what that is throughout your lifetime. So by taking out pre-tax contributions later in life, your tax rate is lower than current, and you're spending extra in taxes to yay. That's true. As someone who wants to retire well before 59, something I thought about, but ultimately 6K a year for blah 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 is 150K, which isn't really all that much in the scheme of retirement. And Dave is extremely anti-early Roth withdrawals. Anyway, right? So he just says, yeah. So when somebody comes up with an idea that's against him, he's like, well, it really isn't all that much difference anyway. So, and of course, what he's leaving out is that Dave recommends that you have both a Roth and a 401k. So, oh yeah, nobody put anything new in here. Nope. Okay. So it says having to pull from the retirement nest egg to pay for increased health costs, right? Drive up his tax bracket, which he specifically counts against in the lower paragraph. You're right. Did you check this out on your own, Sid? Did you do research on your own on this, Sid? That's above and beyond, isn't it? We'll clap for you for doing extra work. Look at you. Or did you just see that yesterday when I was reading it? All right, what time is it? We got a couple time. Let's see if there's anything in there. The one comment, again, from the Ramsey Show discussion. Last debt-free screen couple dropped Chris Hogan's name. No censor beep, though. I don't think they ever censored it when people mentioned him. I don't remember them ever censoring it. And let's check the VA home loan isn't all that bad. Well, that may be true. You probably have bad luck getting offer accepted with it. Okay, that's true. The market can dictate the value of the VA loan. So But it's not all that bad. Fact. Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay. Alrighty then. Let's see. Oh, question about 4 and 5. Let's see. By Real Shaker E-Man. TIA, thanks in advance, I think, for the that makes sense. For the input from the community. I'm curious to see what others think of this. First update. I will be shopping around for health insurance, but the difference in cost may not be much of a difference for the coverage I need. All right. Also, be sure to contribute at the end of the year to make up for the difference to get to 15% investment directly from a bonus. Cool. Additionally, should have some left over to contribute to the kids 529. End up update. First, regarding step 4, investing 15% somewhat a challenge initially because our insurance premiums are $1,200 a month for the family. Does anybody else experience this type of challenge when it comes to investing because of high healthcare costs? Second, does it make a difference if we front load kids' college savings at the beginning of the year from a bonus in our 529 plans instead of monthly? Yeah, that doesn't matter. We get annual bonuses paid out in November, December. Yeah, that's fine. If you're debt free, then theoretically there was a question in chat about that today about somebody trying to figure out where they're going to get 15% from. Maybe because they were in baby step 3, and so maybe they are just so used to having all that go to debt and now all that go to emergency fund. Maybe they're not thinking of that amount as being available. Or I mean, I guess if you stayed very if you had very little debt, then it wouldn't even be approaching the 15%. So, but they shouldn't have debt. Let's see if he said shop for more affordable. Of course, yeah. Of course you can shop always. But let's see if the OP said that he was debt free. How in the world is your insurance? It works for a small 20-person consulting company. Premiums range from company. Yeah, they do. You might be able to get them cheaper yourself than through the company. Yeah, definitely shop it, dog. Okay, he didn't say that he was debt free, but let's hope. He says questions about steps 4 and step 5, so hopefully not doing them all at the same time like that one Redditor was. Alrighty, car help. This is from Blue Dude 1303. Could use a little advice. I currently have a truck and owe $17,500 on. It has no issues. Okay, for that it should. I wonder what year that was. He has no issues and I love it. However, I'm looking to get away from the car payment. And I'm wondering if it's smart to sell it and buy a premium vehicle with cash around 20 to 25K. That doesn't seem like that's not going to be a big enough move. If you love the truck and you only owe $17,500 on it, and you're going to buy a pre-owned vehicle with, okay, I see, with the if he would, whatever he would get from selling the truck, he would pay out the truck plus have this 2025. So perhaps he has more money laying around, and probably just put it on that truck instead, because you owe $17,500 on that, and now you're going to pay for something that's 2025. That's not a big enough change to do that, I don't think. Let's see. Yeah, household income, any other debt. Yeah, focus the kind of truck. Yeah, no issues. Let's see at the OP. There we go. To clarify, another reason I'm thinking of getting away from the truck is the poor miles per gallon. And I rarely need the bed towing, so I sold it for market suggestion of $29,000. This is the kind of information that we needed to begin with. I had about $11,000 cash after paying the debt. So then roll that into more fuel efficient and convenient vehicle. Yeah, that's fine if you sell it for market suggestion of 29,000 minus the 17. So, oh, I see. Oh, after what? Does he mean 29,000 above what he owes on it? Because that's not that. Oh, I see. 11,000, and here it's 12.5 difference. 29, yeah, 12.5. 11.5 difference. Okay, so he did the math better than I did. So he would have 11. So if you get $11,000 vehicle, then you've cleared that debt and also the payment amount. But if you have cash laying around, you're doing it wrong anyway. If you have that much cash laying around, I mean, I guess it could have been having a sinking fund to save up for a new one, but you don't need a new one. Is the problem with that? That's for needed vehicles in baby step 2, which you were in baby step 2. All right, let's see. Buy a car for cash. You just need something to get around, right? And can definitely get a nice car for much less than 11K. That's the point. And so you would get cash on top of not having a payment anymore. So that's the thing. Why not pay off the debt? Boom, 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 boom. He didn't chime back in, so. Alright. Quick mortgage. We did this one yesterday. The P-Funk era. Did that one yesterday. Who talking to me? Somebody about tech support again? Yep. Okay, so upcoming streams. Let's see what we got. This weekend will definitely be Saturday 8 p.m. That happens Wednesday, then Saturdays 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Old Man Video Gaming. So that will definitely happen. Either tomorrow afternoon or Sunday afternoon, I will be doing another Washington Commanders off-season mock, basically, of all the off-season moves, deciding who to cut, deciding who to sign as free agents, and then also deciding who to draft. I did one before about 3 weeks ago or something like that, 3 or 4 weeks ago. And this weekend is the last weekend before the actual NFL draft happens. And so I'm going to do that one more time. So that will happen. And plus, I will probably do other video games as well, other than that scheduled Saturday one and the NFL off-season one that I'm going to do. I'll probably do other ones additionally during the weekend. So don't be surprised to see my notification pop up if you have notifications on and are subscribed to me. I wonder, can you do notifications if you're not subscribed? I do not know this. Alright, but then after the weekend, Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, hey, look, it's this show, the Ramsey Show Aftershow show. And that comes on right after the Ramsey Show is over, Monday through Friday. Even if that's a repeat, which we don't get much anymore of since we have co-hosts. Even though it's a repeat, I still go live. Mondays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Tech Support with Coach Steve Money. I do the same thing I just did with the Dave Ramsey subreddit. I go to the Tech Support subreddit, and I answer questions based on with the knowledge of my 25 plus years of being a PC tech. Wednesday, no set time. Curse of Oak Island, no cap recap, and that is normally going to be in the early a.m., like between 5 and 7 a.m. at the latest. And so that's the story on that. But I would imagine, at least including the 8 p.m. Saturday one, I would imagine at least 4 different streams between tonight. I don't know if I'll do one tonight or not, maybe. Between tonight and Sunday late night. Alrighty. go back home. Let's refresh. See if we got an additional subscriber. We did not, but we did not lose one either. Alrighty. So these links are at the top of the chat and in the video description below. And you can just click right there on my YouTube banner on the right side. There's the schedule free consultation link, and you click on financial coaching, and that'll give you a calendar where you can pick it. And a good day to pick is Wednesday. May the 4th be with you right there. And then you pick the time you want, and Calendly will let me know when you would like, that appointment. And I will email you back to let you know what information I need to accurately assess you. And that is a free consultation, and no strings at all. No strings at all. You don't ever have to talk to me again after that if you want to, but you might want to. The P right here is for PayPal, and that's the donation link, paypal.me/Coach Steve Money. Also at the bottom of my webcam frame here. Up at the top is the email, which is CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. You can ask me about anything as far as the Ramsey stuff, financial stuff, Oak Island, video games, computer stuff, and the nutty songs, all right, including 2 that I sang on today's show, which was the Baby Step song and the Rachel Cruz song I sang today on there. And Elton always copyright claims me. So that's fine though, because I don't make any money because I don't have 1,000 subscribers yet. I'm not eligible for any money from the YouTube, so it doesn't matter. So I get to still have fun singing songs and stuff. So also Instagram is Coach Steve Money, no spaces on the Instagram. Alrighty, well, it's been a lovely stream with all you people, and as I said, look for me to do gaming streams this weekend. Otherwise, I might see you Monday on the next after show. Make smart financial decisions. Win every day.